When we read of our own free will, we do it to experience other worlds and find personal satisfaction in our imagination. This is reading for pleasure, the choice to step into a new role purely for the sake of the story. But to extract the full meaning from a text, we look for context. Context is the social, psychological, or emotional information the author provides to help us understand why the story is being told in a specific way. This information acts as a lens. By looking at the external world the author inhabited, we gain the perspective necessary to see their true intent, moving beyond the words on the page to the influences that shaped them. Tracing these external influences alongside the story itself reveals the layers of the narrative, allowing us to see how the author's world informs the one we are exploring. This leads us to prose fiction, narratives built from the author's imagination, branching into specific types that each follow their own unique rules. The epistolary novel is told through an exchange of letters. The picaresque novel follows the journey of a rascal through various locations. Then there is the historical novel, which draws its characters and events from the past, whether they are real or imagined. We also have the Gothic novel, defined by gloom and high emotion, science fiction, which uses science-based concepts to explore the future, and realism, which provides a contemporary view of real life through fictional characters. Regardless of the genre, these stories are all constructed using the same two foundational pillars: plot and setting. Plot is the sequence of events that make up the story. We can analyze this sequence by mapping it like a mountain climb, following the path from the first step to the final resolution. At the base, we identify the main character and the starting situation, the status quo of the world before the journey begins. The path moves upward when we identify what the character wants, their motivation, and the conflict that disturbs the status quo and forces them to act. This leads to the development of the story, as events build upon one another until they reach the peak of tension, the climax. Pause the video here. Identify the central conflict and the climax in a text you are currently reading, such as The Second-Class Citizen. Press play when you've written them down. After the peak, the path leads down to the resolution, where the various threads of the sequence finally come to a close. However, these events cannot happen in a vacuum. For a plot to move, it needs an environment that defines the rules the characters must follow. The setting is the five-part environment that surrounds the plot, providing the background that makes the sequence of events possible. Consider these images of traditional thatched huts compared to a modern city. They illustrate the first two elements, physical environment and time. Placing the same plot in these two different settings changes the constraints and possibilities of the narrative's reality. We then layer on the third and fourth elements, the political and economic influences of the world, and the cultural or family structures that shape how the characters behave. The final element is the internal state, the emotional and psychological mindsets characters carry during major events, like leaving home or attending a funeral. When we combine the physical, temporal, and psychological layers, we see the true atmosphere pressing down on the story. Plot and setting are interdependent. A character's motivations and conflicts only carry weight because of the specific cultural and physical rules of the world they inhabit. The next time you analyze a text, look for these structural connections. Mapping the plot mountain and identifying the 5 pillars of setting will show you how the author built their world. Use this summary to help with your next analysis. Take a screenshot for your notes and apply these steps to your prescribed reading.